Right. I am live. Right. Yes. Yes. What's this? Okay. It's good. Yes, it's correct. Okay, it is live on. This one is on YouTube. Yeah, because I could not access. What can happen is that I will share your broadcast on my page. Yeah. The season is changing. Sometimes it's raining. Today it's cold. Today it's cold because yesterday was raining. Um, the the muscular guys cannot show their muscles because the weather is not favoring them. So all right. You will be live on which account? On Facebook?
Rainbow Entertainment and Promotions.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I,
Yo, what's up, Birmingham, England? It's your boy Tim Bowman Jr. here. And I'm so excited to be coming over to the UK on March 7th, 2026. We'll be with the one, the only, my aunties, the legendary Clark sisters, for the Legacy concert. Somebody scream! Since I really, really came out. This is what he did. Yeah! I'll be bringing the whole Bay City Music Squad with me, and you do not want to miss it. Come on, y'all, wave it like so. I want you to grab your tickets now, not later, but now. Head over to rainbowentertainment.co.uk, and I'll see you March 7th, 2026 at the Bethel Convention Center in Birmingham, UK. Please. Somebody say, I'm looking for it.
All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Dexter Barnabas Makofu as your host tonight. And today, I've got a special guest all the way coming from South Africa. This man is a dynamic gospel recording artist with multiple records set to hold. why should I go in and just talk about this man for myself when I could showcast and bring him to the show live in the flesh? If you don't know where he's going to be joining us on our virtual conference at Bring Back the Ark, which is going to start on the 2nd of October and end on the 5th of October. If you want any more information, it will be at info@rainbowentertainment.co.uk. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the host and the guest that we have for tonight. So without kindly introducing, I'd like to introduce Minister Sbu Zindela.
Greetings, Mr. Dexter. It is an honor to be invited to this interview, and we really appreciate the time and the commitment through the Rainbow organizers of the event. And we are happy to be here, and we hope that all listeners will be blessed tonight. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I want to talk about your story, how you've come this far into being the person who you are today, and all the adversity and the deep personal loss that you faced to be the person you are today.
What I can say is that life is unpredictable. What you see today um, is what we come from. So we come from different backgrounds, especially myself. I was raised up by a single parent. My father ran away while I was 6 months old. I do not know him, and I was only raised by a single parent. And it was very challenging because my mother was not doing a proper job. She was doing some piece jobs, and we used to stay in the cottages, renting some places where we could stay, sharing one room with my siblings and my mother. And it was really challenging, I could say. But what made me to be what I am today is having a vision as an individual. The background should not determine my future. The background should not distract where I'm going, and the background should not also be the stumbling block of where I'm heading to. So, actually, my background encouraged me a lot because we do not choose families that we are born in. We do not choose the tribe. We do not choose to be born in South Africa or in UK or in USA, but it is all the plan of the Lord. And the Bible will say in Jeremiah chapter 1, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. So before I am conceived in my mother's womb, the Lord has conceived me in his thought and in his mind. So when I appear in my mother's womb, the Lord has already completed the plan that He has about my life, and everything is on me. The life is in my hands, the future is in my hands. My parents don't owe me anything. My father doesn't owe me anything, and I do not blame him for what he did, and I do not blame the background that I'm coming from. It is all the will and the plan of the Lord, because once you grow and have 32 teeth and being able to think what is right and what is wrong, life owes you nothing. Life owes you anything. No one owes you anything. Even your siblings, even your friends, even your relatives. No one owes you anything because God has given you a potential to do what you need to do. And the Bible say in Joshua, go with the potential that I had given you. You do not need any extra power. You do not need any extra energy, but you need to realize that you have power and the Lord has given you power. So that is how I was able to survive all the challenges, all the obstacles, all, the tribulations of life to where I am today. And I'm very gracious. It is not by might or by power, but it is by the Spirit of the Lord. So the Lord has been with me, and David will just say, even though I walk in the shadow, you know, or of death, but the Lord is with me. I know that whatever that I do, the Lord is on my side. So that is how I was able to survive. People cannot survive without parents. I lost my mother while I was doing grade 11, and it has been difficult to lose a mother. Mother is, a lot. Shelly Caesar will say, "We went to school with old. I remember Mama, in a happy way." So Mama is a very, is a pillar of your life. You learn everything from your Mama. Is a person that you can lean on, shoulder to cry on. And I was a mama's boy raised by my mom, and I lost my mom. And there is no orphan in Christ. I don't have a mother, I don't have a father now, but there is no orphan in Christ. I'm not discouraged anyhow. In opposite of that, I am actually motivated to do more, to do better, to make myself proud, and also to ensure that I reach the destination that I have to reach. So that is just a summary of where I come from and where I am and where I'm heading.
Yeah, no, it's definitely inspiring because I feel like no person can really be an ordinary person without
Mm.
being faced with adversity.
Mm.
And um, despite the loss of your mother and obviously not really knowing your father that well, it's
Mm.
really good to see how you haven't allowed your background
That's
to
right.
outweigh the person you are today, because it's very easy to get
Mm.
caught up in those type of
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, and
yeah.
that's life. But it's really good to see that you were able to stay still within the Lord and
Mm.
stagnant within yourself, and knowing that,
Mm.
nah, I need to finish. I need to be something for myself,
That's
and I
right.
I take that as inspiration even towards
Mm.
myself, and
Yeah,
that's something that inspires me as well. So
yeah.
I'm definitely inspired, and I can also see that as well, that you're not just a singer, you're also a qualified engineer.
Yeah. No, actually, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a mechanical engineer, in fact, because I even studied my higher learning, or my high school level, mechanical technology. One of them, the subjects that I did was mechanical technology, pure maths, and physical science. And uh, I was a person who is curious. I want to know things. I want to explore my knowledge. I want to use my IQ to the fullest, and I want to understand how things work, and also how to be innovative, because we are living in a changing environment, and changing times and generations. So we are currently in the 4IR, and we have electric vehicles and hybrid vehicles. Things are changing. We are moving from the combustible engines, to HEV vehicles. Everything is actually changing. We've now got artificial intelligence. So I've been that kind of a person who was actually curious about knowing things, actually having different scenarios of challenging things, then being able to come up with solutions of those issues. So when I grew up, I wanted to become an engineer. And actually, when my mother passed away while I was doing grade 11, I think it was the end of the world, because my mother was my provider. She was everything to me, And I pressed on. And I was motivated a lot that I want to make my mother proud, even if he's not around, but I need to have to make her proud, you know, for what she has done, over my life. And I pressed on. I did my grade 12, and I passed very well. And I applied my fate and applied through universities here in South Africa. I applied in Mangosuthu University of Technology, and I applied in one of the universities in Johannesburg. And also, I wanted to do pharmacist. I wanted, I was a little bit vague. I wanted pharmacist and I wanted engineering. So I applied in both fields. I received an offer for pharmacist, but it was very far from KZN. It was in Limpopo, very far. So I was having some challenges in terms of finances and transport, taking my stuff there, and I decided no, I cannot go there. Let me rather go to Mangosuthu. That is where I enrolled and studied my mechanical engineering national diploma. And actually, the motivation there was that we were using the what you call the NSFAS. It's a student loan that you apply for so that they can pay for your fees, for your tuition, for your residence, for your food, for your textbooks, etc. So there was something called commendations at the time. So when you pass your semester above 75%, then the university will pay for tuition fees for the next level. So I motivated myself like that, and I passed my national diploma in mechanical engineering with the cum laude, and I graduated. And also, I furthered my studies. I did my bachelor degree in another university here in Durban called Durban University of Technology. I did my bachelor degree of mechanical engineering, also passed. And I furthered my studies as well, did the bachelor degree of quality management. After that, I did my honors degree in project management in Menkosa. Uh, and currently, I'm doing my honors degree in business management. So I have some submissions that I have to make as from next week. In fact, as from this week, on the 1st of October, I need to submit my assessments for my. So I'll be finishing my honors for business management this year. So it became a motivation to me rather than a demotivation. And I don't know where the power and the strength I'm getting from. I know that I get everything from the Lord, and it's amazing that the Lord is always by my side. There's music this side, there's church, there's school, there's work, there's everything. It is busy, but in all this business, the Lord is my strength. So that is just a summary of my studies. Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
I see that as a man of multiple degrees, just not limited to one
That's
position.
right.
And that's very good. I know
Yeah.
being raised as a black man,
Mm.
especially with parents, not they always tell you work twice as hard as other people just as something ordinary. So I really take inspiration to that, and I like the way that you didn't limit yourself.
Yeah.
Still, even now, still going out more to achieve more greatness. And that even comes to tell me that about your recent album, or one of your albums that you released, that won Best of Praise. And what does praise worship mean to you, and why does that play such a vital part in Christian dominant music
Yeah.
nowadays?
Yeah. Just a brief overview of my. I'm hearing the feedback now. Sorry, I don't know. Just an overview of my music industry. I started in 2017 when I used to minister during the conferences or like the Passover conventions, and the youth conferences. So I will request the MC just to render some item. So the saints were really blessed, and they were healed, they were uplifted in spirit, and they were cultivated in their spirit. So they requested me to do the album. It was not my intention to do the album, but I was pushed by them because They didn't want this to end in the conference, but they also wanted to take it home. So in 2017, we released the first album, which was titled Emhlabeni Nasemazulwini, and it was a very successful album. And in 2020, we released another single, which it was titled Njalo Siyanqoba. We will know that during that time, it was a COVID time, very challenging times. People were losing their, their parents. They were losing their businesses. Were losing their siblings. Were losing their loved ones. It was a very tragic time of the pandemic, and also of the epidemic of the COVID-19. And it was a very, very, very difficult time in across the globe. There were many people who were wailing, crying, because losing your loved one was very difficult at that time. So we released a song which says Njalo Siyanqoba, we conquer every time, irrespective of the circumstances that we come across, but we conquer every time. That was a very good single. It was a hit. And we're approaching about million listeners and views in the digital platforms, and it's a very good song. And we also released an album on that song in 2021, and it went very well. And we released some other singles afterwards, which are quite doing very well. Worship, to me, I'm not an artist, but I'm a minister. um yeah, I always want to be in a worship. I do not just sing a song because it is a trending song, or because it is a song that is loved by people, but I sing something that is in my spirit at that time, or that is appointed by God at that time. Because sometimes it is good to prepare. It is good if you're a preacher, it is good to prepare for a sermon. If you're a minister, it is good to prepare for the songs that you have to sing. If you're going to do a presentation, it is good to prepare. But the Lord will always divert you sometime. So you'll have to be flexible. So that is what worship is. Sometimes you will be invited in a particular event or service. Then the Lord will tell you, this is what you will need to do. So worship is not just an event, but worship is an ongoing process. We worship by talking, we worship by praying, we worship by fasting, we worship by reading the word, we worship where we go, it is worship. Everything that we must do must glorify God. So worship to me is not going up the stage, singing and people being blessed. Worship must start within me. Before people uh, get the blessing, I must receive the blessing. And before people get the healing, I must receive the healing. Before people get deliverance, the worship itself must deliver me. Because the Bible will say, God created the heavens and the earth. The Lord, our God, did not create earth first. He started with the heavens and the earth. So everything must start to you before you go to people, before you make people happy, before you bless people, before you heal people, before you do something for people. Everything must start from you. Before you experience the power of the Lord to people, the power must be experienced by you in private place. Because what happens privately will reward publicly. So worship goes a long way. Worship is not about that you sing very well, you articulate note quite nicely, you do the rhythms, you do everything good in actually using your voice. It is not only about that, but worship is about being holy before God, because the Lord requests us to be holy as He Himself is holy. So worship is about holiness. And the Bible will say we must offer our bodies as living sacrifices. We must offer our bodies as living sacrifice. So we worship even with our bodies. We worship even how we talk, how we think, and what we do. So worship is everything. We do not, we must not come out of worship. Worship is part of us. That is why the Bible will say, I am seeking for those who will worship me in truth and in spirit. So, in other words, worship is in spirit. So, we must not go in spirit, but we must be always in spirit. Everywhere you go, you must be in spirit, because we are not in battle with the flesh, but we are in battle with the powers of the spirit. So that is worship to me. That's what it means to me, worship. Yeah.
And expressing how you've basically told you what worship is to you, how do you feel you will bring this about to bring back the ark? So within the conference time that you'll be given, what are we expecting from you, Minister? What are things that we are set to experience and receive from you?
So, as the theme of the conference alludes, talks about bringing back the ark. And we will also remember when we read the book of First Samuel, I think chapter 3 or around chapter 4, 5, when the Israelite went in war with the Philistines, and the ark of the Lord was confiscated by the Philistines, and they took it to the land of the Ashdod, where the Philistines were residing. And there are 5 cities of Philistines. There's Ashdod, there's Ashkelon, there's Gaza, there's Gath, and there's Ekron. So they took the ark from Beth Shemesh, where the ark was, because when the Israelites were in struggle in the war, the sons of Eli, they took the ark to the war, and that is where they lost the ark. When a servant went to bring the report that the ark has been taken, first the sons of Eli have died. Number 2, the ark of the Lord has been taken, and the big man, Eli, the priest, was died on the spot because the glory of the Lord was departed. And when the wives of the sons of Eli received the message, the wives of the sons of Eli were pregnant, and when they delivered the son, and when she delivered the son, she named the son Ichabod, because the glory of the Lord has departed. The glory of the Lord was taken by the Philistines. And the Philistines took the ark to the land of the Ashdod, where king, or the god Dagon, was. They put the ark in the shrine of Dagon, and when they came in the morning, the head of Dagon knelt down before the ark, meaning that the presence of the Lord is powerful, even in the foreign land, even in the foreign area, because the glory of the Lord is power. The glory of the Lord is victory. The glory of the Lord is everything to us. Now, when they came back in the morning, they saw the head of Dagon fell down. Then they fixed it up, and they went away. Then they came next morning. The head and the arms, they fell down, meaning that even Dagon is saying, this is the Lord. This is the Lord himself. I cannot be able to stand. I cannot be able to sit down. I need to kneel before the Lord, because there is something about the presence of the Lord. The demons, they bow. The devils, they bow. All issues, all powers, all privileges, all principalities of the enemy, they bow before the presence of the Lord. That is why when Moses came down from the Mount Sinai, after praying or after receiving the tablets, which were the 10 commandments, from God, which were the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not have other gods, thou shalt not make this, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not that, thou shalt not do this. The 10 commandments that the Lord gave Moses. When Moses came down, he was full of the glory of the Lord, and people could not even see him because the glory of the Lord was upon Moses. So the ark of the Lord means the presence of God. Then when we have the ark, when we have lost the ark, we have lost the presence, we have lost the direction, we have lost the protection, we have lost our identity, we have lost our image, we have lost who we are in God, we have lost God Himself. Because when there is the presence of the Lord is there in our midst. So it is imperative for each and every individual, each and every Christian, each and every believer to have the presence of the Lord. Because when the people of Israel came out of Egypt, going to the promised land, there was a pillar of fire during the night, and there was a pillar of the cloud during the day. That means the presence of the Lord. That means the power of God. That means God Himself. So if and the Bible will mention, if the cloud did not move, they will not move. If the cloud stopped, they will not do anything, because we need to be controlled by the presence. We need to be moved by the presence. We need to listen, and we need to have the spiritual senses. We need to be able to discern. We need to be able to see, because the presence is not only about feeling that I can feel the presence of the Lord, but we must now move to a level where we will be able to see the presence of the Lord. Because the people of Israel were not saved, were not believers, but they were able to see the presence. They were able to see the pillar of fire. They were able to see the pillar of the cloud. We need to upgrade ourselves, not to maintain the standard, but we need to come up to another level. We need to move to another level. We cannot move to another level without actually embracing the presence of the Lord. And if the presence of the Lord has departed from you, you need to go back to God. That this is the aim of the conference. This is the motive of the conference, that we must realize that, oh my God, I've lost the presence. And you do not need to be a starring. You do not need to be a Goliath, to be stiff and stay strong and say, no, I still have the presence, whereas you do not have the presence. You need to realize and humble yourself. And the Bible says, those who humble themselves, they shall be uplifted. They shall be lifted high. So you need to realize that, my God, I have lost your presence, because there are many things that affect us, socially, academically, psychologically, financially, politically, in all spheres of life. Many things take away the presence. Many things confiscate away the presence. We must come back to God and say, Lord, bring back the ark. Lord, bring back our position. Lord, bring back your glory. We need to move in glory. We need to be the people of glory. We need to be the carriers of glory. Now, the glory does not reside in a shrine, does not reside in a church building, but now the glory reside in us. So we do not now move as the ancient times. We do not now move as the people of Israel, but now as the priest, which is the high priest, which is Jesus himself. You know, he died for us in the cross, and he died for our sins, and he made us to be able to enter to the Holy of Holies. We now are able to enter to the Holy of Holies and come before God with boldness and say, Lord, return the glory. We need your glory. We cannot do anything without your glory. We cannot function without your glory. We cannot overcome temptations without your glory. We cannot overcome lust without your glory. We cannot overcome sin without your glory. We cannot overcome, the fruit of the flesh without your glory. We cannot experience the fruit of the Spirit without your glory. We cannot exercise our gift of the Spirit without your glory. We cannot exercise the power gift. We cannot exercise the vocal gift. We cannot exercise the revelational gift that you have given us if your glory is not with us. For us to be able to function fully in the spiritual realm, we need the glory. That is the aim of the conference, that we are bringing people back to God, and we are bringing back the ark. We are agreeing, we're in a covenant that we want the Lord to bring back the ark. Lord, bring back the ark. We have moved by our own intuition, by our own knowledge, by our own wisdom, by our own understanding. Now we need your glory, because in the presence of the Lord there is fullness of joy, there is power, there is deliverance, there are healings, there are miracles, there is power, there is revelation, there is tongues, there is interpretation. When the glory of the Lord has come back, there is lack of competition. We do not compete that this one is preaching better than the other one, that this one is singing better than the other one. But when the glory of the Lord has come back, there is no competition. Everyone sticks to his or her lane. Everyone do what the Lord has called them to do, because the glory of the Lord puts everything in order. The glory of the Lord puts everything where it belongs. So when the glory of the Lord, when the ark has come back to our lives, priest will become priest. The follower will become a follower. The singer will become a singer. The instrumentalist will become an instrumentalist. The servant will become a servant. Everyone will go back to their original positions, because the glory of the Lord is locating people where they belong. So without the glory, we cannot function, because in such a time as this, people are operating in their position rather than their spiritual gifts. So we need to be able, when the glory of the Lord has come back, we will operate in spiritual gift versus positions. There will be the operation of the Holy Spirit. There will be holiness in the church. There will be fellowship in the church. There will be doctrine of the word in the church. So when the ark has been brought back, we are going to see things that we have never seen, that the mind cannot conceive, that the ear has not heard, that the mouth has not spoken. Because when the glory comes, it comes with things that we need and that we require in such a season as this.
Absolutely. And thank you very much for that. It very much shows how powerful that we have yet to come for tomorrow and the days yet to come. But in closing, what would you want to leave as your legacy? What would you like to leave behind? What would your last, if you were given 30 days left to live, what would you want in those 30 days to exceed and leave as your last thing?
My life is the life that is dependent in the Lord. What I have comes from the Lord. What I am is because of the Lord. all the possessions that I have comes from God. I will wish to actually do what God has planned for my life. I will pray that, Lord, please reveal actually the purpose of my life on earth, because I'm not here to attain the physical possessions. I'm not here to attain cars. I'm not here to attain properties and everything, because all those things, they perish. But I want to do an impact, but the impact will be doing the will of God about my life, devoting my life to God, dedicating my life to God, being common in the presence of the Lord, being able to reach places where the Lord wants me to reach. So that is the legacy that I will want to leave behind, even for the generation that is before or after me. That, Lord, I have done what you have requested me to do in this earth. Then I'll be able to live a peaceful sleep after that, because the purpose for me is to do the will of God, not to attain physical things that are in vain, that will not take me anywhere. But the purpose for my life is for the generation to come to reference that there is someone that actually found his purpose and did his purpose to the fullest, and sticking to my lane, not actually looking at what other people are doing and actually taking things from other people or imitating other people, being myself, do what I am born to do and what I am destined to do in this earth, because I know that there's something that the Lord has created me to do, and I'm still waiting in anticipation to do that, and I'm eager to do that, because for me, doing the will of God is the best thing. Doing the will of God is everything to me. I can do other things, but I cannot be satisfied. Once I do the will of God, I feel the satisfaction. Even when I sleep at night, I said, Lord, thank you. I've done your will today. So that is what I want to do. And that is the legacy that I wish to leave. That there is someone that did exactly what the Lord has created them to do.
That's powerful. That's powerful. I think understanding that we're on this earth as well to just have a sole purpose to do things. I like that.
Yeah.
You've taken that initiative that's just solely based on the will of God. And I think many others can be inspired by that. And, those that don't know you and have just joined today and just discovered some new things and learned some new things from you, it's very much come off as what we call mental solitude, where you're aware of who you are as a person. And that right there is the most powerful tool a Christian and a human being can have, just being in touch with yourself and being still with the Lord. So I think everyone can be inspired from what we've learned today and what's yet to come from this conference. And if anything, if no one is getting the hint of what I'm basically trying to say, is go to info@rainbowin's.team.
That's right.
And grab your tickets. Come and see who Minister Sbu is. Come and get the close up front ministry of this man, because as you can see, he is doing wonderful things under the works of the Lord. And unfortunately, that concludes the stream that we have today, but it does not mean that people cannot see more of this. You can still see more with the Bring Back the Art conference. And I cannot stress enough, if you'd like more links, they'll be down below. But I just want to say thank you very much. It's been a very big honor for myself as a guest. And, a host to host you. It's very lovely to meet you. It's very nice to see who you are as a person. I'm impressed.
No, thank you. Thank you very much, Dexter, as a host. Thank you very much. And we really actually encourage our listeners to join us from the 2nd of October until the 5th of October. This will be an impactful extravaganza that will be conducted virtually, which is the international conference, Bringing Back the Ark. If you feel that you want the Lord to bring back things that have been lost or over your life, this is the conference of restoration. This is the conference of renewal. This is the conference of refurbishment. This is the conference of rebuilding. This is the conference of restructuring, of reconstruction. This is the conference where the Lord is opening new pathways. And this is the conference of divine manifestation of an abundance of the Holy Spirit. You will feel the power of the Lord. You will be rejuvenated in your spirit. You will be challenged. You will be inspired. And you will actually get to know better about God and about what actually the Lord is doing in such a time as this, because you need to be well informed about what the Lord is doing in these last days. In the last days, the Lord is pouring out his spirit that sons and daughters shall prophesy and they shall see visions. So we actually need to be part of this. And we say, Lord, whatever you do in this season, don't do it without me. I want to be the part of this. I want to engage in this. I want to be involved in what you are currently doing in such a season as this. So please join us. Please come and be blessed. And also, please invite other people to join us as well to this powerful conference. And I bet you your life will never be the same again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And as you guys have heard it yourself, please, 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 can't stress this enough. Go down and get the link. Go in the description, wherever you are, whether you're at work, whether you're at home, whether you're at the gym and you're just like, let me just tune in and see what's going on. Well, you've heard it all yourself. 43 minutes of just pure gratification on why you need to come to this conference. And yet again, there is no excuse because it is virtual as well. It is virtual. So wherever you are, whether you're just chilling, just pop a headphone in and you're listening at home, wherever you're at, just take initiative to just come and join this conference and see what's happening, because it's not just him that's going to be there. There's going to be multiple other guests. But as the days are coming closer, you guys will see it all, or you can just go and see and spoil it yourself and just go to the website and purchase your own ticket. But guys, thank you very much. It has been your own host, Dexter Mpofu, and I hope to see you guys again. It's been a blessing. Thank you very much.
Yo, what's up, Birmingham, England? It's your boy Tim Roman Jr. here. And I'm so excited to be coming over to the UK on March 7th, 2026. We'll be with the one, the only, my aunties, the legendary Clark sisters, for the Legacy concert. Somebody scream! Cinderella really came out. This is what he did. Yeah! I'll be bringing the whole Face City Music squad with me, and you do not want to miss it. Come on, y'all, wave it like so. I want you to grab your tickets now, not later, but now. Head over to rainbowentertainment.co.uk, and I'll see you March 7th, 2026 at the Bethel Convention Center in Birmingham, UK. Please. Somebody say, I'm looking for it.
I
Right, here we go. Wow, that was a beautiful interview.
thank you very much.
That was a beautiful interview. That was a beautiful one. Thank you so much, man of God. That was powerful. Me, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the
Mm,
conference.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm so much excited.
I
You
will.
already blessed us.
Thank
You
you very
blessed
much.
us. And Dexter, my son, you did well.
That did very good. You did very well.
I'll give you this job now, D. Son, the job is yours now.
Please give him the contract
Yeah,
and sign the contract.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was very good. So, Minister Spo, I'm sure you will hear from me tomorrow. I will have to talk to Pastor Steve yes, and find out about the other gentleman and find out what's going on. If he's not coming through, definitely he sends us out WhatsApp.
No, okay. No, no, not a problem. No, not a problem.
But I'm sure, even though Mangazabe to communicate, I'm sure we can come up with something.
We will see what we can do.
Yes.
We'll see what we can do. Yeah.
No. All is well, man of God. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. May God bless you.
No, no, no problem. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. All right. Thanks.
D.
Pleasure.
Good night, bro.
Good night, brother.